Hey pioneers, welcome back. Today we will be touring this massive fuel power plant. But before that I want to spend some time speaking about the liquids bug that Satisfactory has. If we assume that it took me 10 hours to build this factory, maybe it took me 90 hours to troubleshoot it, to the point that I was ready to quit the game and uninstall it because I'm a perfectionist and I couldn't accept all of my power grid not working in a proper and constant way. So, what was happening? What was the symptom? This machine over here, that's still by singing, it gives me PSTD. What was happening is, let's check it out. It's always working at 100% and that level, but once every 4 or 5 minutes, it will simply jam. This will get completely filled up and then it will start draining and it will resume its work. It wasn't that frequent, but that little amount of time where it was stopping created a cascading effect that basically screwed everything up in my factory. So, what's all of this about? Let's create some foundations. Let's assume you have a pipe. And you add stuff into it, directly into the pipe. For example, some junctions. Let's add maybe a pump and a valve. No, we can't do valve because I don't have the materials. Let's add another junction. Okay. Now, once you have this, take your tool and try to disassemble. And right now we can see that the pipe is going up to the middle of the junction. Over here we are seeing the same. The pipe goes up to the middle. Here it goes even further than the middle. It also happens with the pumps. And this is actually the bug. Satisfactory doesn't cut properly the pipes. So if we have this working at full capacity, there will be a backflow generated over there, and we will never be able to get it working at 100%. So how do you fix this? It's actually pretty easy. Once you locate the problem, you just disassemble the pipe and rebuild it. Now, as you can see, this is how it's supposed to be working. It should end at the beginning of the next thing that we place. So, yeah, it takes some time, but you need to erase all of the pipes and rebuild them. I'm really hoping these will get fixed. They are more than aware of this bug, but just in case, I wanted to tell everybody so that you don't struggle as much as I did. Now, this one over here should be working correctly. Every pipe, it's finishing where it's supposed to. Okay, so now let's tour my power plant. Okay, let's go. As usual, everything needs to be connected through my Hypertube network. This liquid tower wasn't actually necessary, but well, it was one of the many attempts of troubleshooting my factory, my power plant. So here we are. These are its numbers. I'm producing 1.2 gigawatts. No, that's the consumption. I'm producing 10.5 gigawatts and consuming only 1, so this is the net gain. And all of the byproducts are being turned into plastic. So, in order to avoid having trouble with fluids, that it wasn't the case at the end, all of this is designed from top to bottom, meaning that's the highest place and then all of the liquids will be going down. We first go to all of these refineries on each side, which create the fuel, and from the other side, the fuel also goes down. This is where it's being created, and all of the fuel generators are one level down. So that way I wasn't supposed to struggle so much. All of these valves, I think they aren't necessary, but well, once I got it working, I didn't want to touch anything because I really spent a lot of time here. So, well, there's not much science. It's basically that doing fuel generators is quite straightforward. We can check how the plastic is being handled. All of the byproducts go to these. How many do I have? 13? Yeah, that doesn't sound correct. 12 refineries, so it's 6 and 6, and of course it's load balanced because that's what I always try to do. On the other side we have the water extractors. There should be a door over here. Yep. And as usual, I try to always treat liquids from top to bottom, so the liquids come from almost the roof, and then we only need gravity to do its work. Now, regarding the logistics, there's not much to show here, only cool lights, and well, also some glass on the floor. I don't know, I think it looks cool. And yep, that basically is everything I've got. One thing I wanted to point is how I started doing factories. Well, this is not technically a factory, but it produces plastic. It's with a level of priorities done by Smart Splitter. The first priority is always going to be the output, that right now it's not connected to anything, that's why you see it's still, but well, the moment I take plastic from here, it should start advancing. Then there's a second level of priority, that's an internal buffer we have over here. This is for case of emergencies, if a meteorite falls and we are being attacked by alien dinosaurs, and all of a sudden you could fix all of that with plastic. Well, here I have a spare supply for cases of emergencies. So that would be my second priority, meaning if I'm using all of the output, this container will never get filled. And then the third level of priority, of course, is a sink that's hidden over here. So right now, as nothing is connected, everything is getting sunk. Over there. So, well, there's also some generators here on the front. Some batteries. Boop. So that if all of this gets disconnected of the power grid, I will still have energy to be able to work the water pumps, and it will still work. And yep, that's all I've got for today. Really excited about next week's release, and I hope you guys also are. See you on the next one.